Hi guys, it's Vintage Vixen here, and today I'm going to be playing something I haven't played before or haven't seen. It's a game called Narcissu. It's an anime-based game, and I found it on Steam for free, if any of you would like to play. Yeah, let's get started and see what this is about, because it looks pretty good. Alright, Prologue, Satsumi. In front of the outpatient reception desk on the first floor. Spread on the floor are many colors of plastic tape. Red, blue, green. They led the way to various departments. Out of those, I followed the white tape. Walking about 30 meters on the right, the shop comes into sight. Across from that was the smoking room. On the left is the waiting room for the surgical examination. And if you continue to the end, there is a small elevator. I get on that. And I press the button for the highest floor. Ding! I'm surprised there's no awkward elevator music. This is actually quite soothing. The 7th floor. Before my eyes was the nurse's station. Altogether, some nurses look this way. But once they recognized me, their eyes turned back as if they saw nothing. And they returned to their work. A high ceiling, windows that open only 15 centimeters. Here, it was a white, well-lit, sterile place. And I head towards the lounge at the end of the hall on the left. A large television, a long couch. Decorating the windowsills were a number of flowers. Fitting the summer, the many sunflowers in vases in the Jabero? Guys, I'm flower stupid, okay? Like, literally. Anyways, let's just say daisies, because it says daisies. Okay? Okay. Daisies and the flower pots were blooming colorfully. Those were all familiar things. How many years has it been since I've come here? But what's different from then are my clothes, changing from sailor uniforms to pajamas. Besides that, the bracelet on my hand, from blue to white, was just about the only other change. You. Turning back towards the voice that called, it was a middle-aged lady that I don't know. Her pajamas and bracelet collar say that she is a resident of this place. Are you visiting someone? A patient from another floor? That's not it. While shaking my head, I show my own bracelet. Ah, I see, the lady replied uncomfortably. I felt the nuance? Guys, I'm an American, and I cannot speak English. Still. Behind those words. I'm so young. What a shame. Of course, I've had similar experience so often that it was tiring. I haven't lived almost 10 years like this for nothing. It was just, I never thought to have a fellow resident of the 7th floor also turn eyes of pity towards me. By the way, which time are you on? What's this? We're here, coming to the 7th floor. For an instant, I had no idea what she was asking. But before I could ask a new question, it looks like this is your first. With that, she just up and acted like she understood the situation. Well, then I'll teach you too, so listen well, okay? First, in this place called the 7th floor, Even though I hadn't yet replied, the lady just continued speaking. There is no fourth time. The third time you're admitted is the last, so prepare yourself. But when you want to run away, head not to Station A, but to Station B. Don't eat anything. It places the least burden upon your family. She spoke about such things, and I was made to hear other things that I would give one pause. Most likely it was something only the residents of the 7th floor, only those who were headed towards death, continued passing on. So you understand? Once the lady finished her broad explanation, somehow I thought her complexion looked better. Phew. To tell someone young like you, it's upsetting. But this is also a rule, so don't be angry, okay? With that, the lady left the lounge. Her parting words her, bleh, bleh. Her parting words were, "You tell new people too, okay?" Burning sunlight and the sound of cicadas. A summer sky seen from the windows that can't open more than 15 centimeters. Today also looked like it would be a hot day. Many years since I've come to the 7th floor. The first that I've come as a resident of this place, and the rules I had been taught. In practice, they were probably passed down only among those who resided there. But a number of them I had already known. Maybe it was since that day, the fact that I would face a day like today. I might have had a premonition of it. The rolling sound of bells. Since before I can remember, I existed with that sound. What's going on, Chihiro? Breaking out, getting out of breath like that. Well, look, if we don't hurry. Wait, you're dressed like that again? Something wrong? No, you're all greasy and black. What's wrong with that? They're work overalls. Of course they'd be dirty. I just washed those yesterday. Yeah. Sorry about that. My little sister gave the usual grease stains a soaking look as she complained. It was the scene of a casual, everyday exchange before the door on a Sunday. Never mind that. Mass, if we don't hurry, we'll be late. Oh, it's that time already. Come, hurry, let's change and go to the church, okay? Yeah. I think I'll pass. I would too. Again? That's no good. You already haven't been going regularly. At least you should go on Sundays. Silly Chihiro. It's exactly because it's a precious Sunday that you skip out. Again with that weak argument. No, even God would overlook it. On a day with such beautiful weather, the weather's got nothing to do with it. And either way, you're just going to toy with your car today. So give my regards to Mom and the others. hey! I'd skip out too, honestly. It bores me. Prologue, Himiko 2, best friend. Give In the garage next to the house, I strongly raised the shutters. Alright, shall we get started today? Perhaps it's because it was closed off. The garage is stifling hot. Immediately, I turned towards my beloved car under maintenance, purchased just a month earlier. It sounded good to call it a restoration, but really it was work to simply get it to run properly. First, instead of calling the chassis retro, the word scrap would fit better. Such was the age and condition of the car. However, thanks to that, I've lately been spending the weekends inside this garage. Knock knock. Himiko, you around? Ah, I'm over here. What's up, coming all the way here? Yeah, well, I happened to come nearby, so I stopped along the way. Hey, what's with you? You're all black. That's racist. Ah, because since yesterday, I was changing the oil pan. Oil pan? Yeah, that was another big mess. But then there aren't that many amateurs who can get this far. I don't know anything about bread, or supper, or whatever. Look here, this homemade hoist, isn't it great? That figures. Without a winch, it's really hard. You know, Himiko, it's fine to love cars and all. But a young girl to get all black and be in the garage regularly? What do you think about that? You think that's strange? I don't have to think. It's strange. Well, that's fine, isn't it? You know, for me, instead of frilly clothes like yours, Yuka, I like what I have here. Yeah, you've been like this for ages, that's true. She replied in a weary voice. Her name is Yuka. She also lived nearby, and from long ago, we often spent time together. However, our interests and personalities were polar opposites, and yet we got along for some reason. It might have been exactly because our interests and our personalities were different that we got along. As if there was someone that could be called a best friend. For me, she would have been it. But Himiko, you're quite the eccentric, aren't you? Using your first paycheck on such a beat-up car. Hey, it's not a beat-up car. Call it a Unos. Even though it's old, this model's quite popular, you know? Oh, really now? And because of all this, and wait until the winter bonus time, it's lone hell. Oh no. How about you hurry up and fix it and take me for a drive? Yeah, I think by next week it'd run. I think that's a good place to start here. It's already been 15 minutes. Stop here, not start here. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you enjoy it so far, and I will keep playing this and We'll see how it goes. Bye!